Oh,
Okay, I can find.
damn it. I'm trying to fly and not die.
Position secured.
Well, I just failed at one of them.
Why all British planes are so slow?
They're slow but very maneuverable. You don't need speed necessarily.
Yeah, but in aspects of the game you need to survive.
In fact, if you now look in modern age, the most feared aircraft isn't the fastest. The most feared aircraft is the one that can pull up the best maneuvers.
F-35.
Position secured.
In fact, in the beginning it was even a MiG-29 being feared pretty well.
Well, I just bailed because I didn't want to die. And now basically, he was the faster from than me, and he almost killed me. But I bailed because I didn't want to die.
And
And when we are talking about people to attract people, we won't attract people if we don't post anything in the social media. We don't do that.
well, the thing is, I haven't been posting videos. I have been posting on.
Yeah, me too. But
I have also been posting.
your views are quite low for.
Yeah,
So
the thing is, we need somebody major to get somebody, and that's the thing. Every major player doesn't want to risk. Any major person that has a major viewer base doesn't want to risk losing his viewer base to support an old game, which is ridiculous.
actually, to support an old game, you actually have to think for
Need of
some.
artillery support over here.
Are the new. Uh,
Sometimes I think even that we spend so much money on trying to maintain and keep up the servers. Why not spend some money on a stupid YouTube ad?
actually,
Next stop,
how
Berlin.
much money you spent about the server hosting?
Currently, the server is about 25 euros, 30 euros a month, but it used to be somewhere in 60 euros in a month. So yeah,
This is not that big.
but if you look at ads,
We're being
I
slaughtered.
don't know exactly how expensive it would be to actually do ads, but
Actually, the AFH admin spent 2,000 euros to find out the IP of Airtel. So
he didn't spend 2000 euros. You have to correctly read it. When the
Lost
server was
position.
still up, when the Discord server was still up, he was offering 2000 euros to get an IP from whoever is crashing their server, which is kind of ridiculous since it would be useless to give an IP.
actually, I don't think that Airtel is linking the capital above there.
I won't
I
say that.
I didn't ask him for that, and everybody can use VPN for their security.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's stupid what they're saying that, oh, they have then the IP and that's the server crashing. What proof do they have? It is
Push
him?
them back.
None. And even with an IP, and even if they were to go after him, it's.
I can say that yesterday Grabby was.
Next stop, Berlin.
Let's assume by some miracle that they were actually go behind get Airtroll's IP and they trying to get behind them. The European laws alone will stop them.
Actually, if they spend 2,000 euros, if they actually spend, why they didn't spend them for ads in YouTube,
That's the point.
browsers? If they spend 2,000 euros, but I don't trust them that they did. But anyway, if they spend that much,
They're not. They
that
just.
much money, they're idiots.
It's just a flame war. If you know what
Yeah, I don't like this war between these two mods.
I'm not doing a flame war. I hate flame wars. We're here for fucking to play and have fun, and this is ridiculous. We're gonna flame war each other out of existence? Ah. That is absolute baby talk. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. I mean, at that point you're reduced to the level of a 5-year-old.
Actually, Aircho told me that I have to ignore them, and he's doing that actually.
Alright, let me put a little bit of logic in there. In the Netherlands, we have I already told that to the guy who actually said they would offer 2,000 euros for Eltro's IP. Well, in the Netherlands, we have some a large group of people who are still downloading illegal music, illegal movies.
Although,
And there is quite an enormous group of people, actually.
The enemy's breaking through the line.
And let's just put it this way. There have been attempts to actually get the address from those people behind those IP addresses, but the law for privacy was actually greater than the law to get
Stop Berlin.
basically the music industry to get even. So, what's the point? I mean, if they cannot even get even, what the hell do these guys expect?
actually, when they tell that a enormous group of people in Netherlands are studying pirates instrument music, well, just installed Pirates of Caribbean yesterday.
We're being overrun.
The only thing that has happened is that they have blocked a huge amount of IP addresses, and they have finally forced the ISP to block pirate sites, and that's basically about it.
Position secured.
Actually, you can block the pirate site because they're located in Iraq, Iran, Russia.
Yeah, so even now I can just go around and the VPN and still visit the pirate sites. It's that easy.
Actually, when George told me that they spent 2,000 euros for the Airtel IP,
So it's pointless. Even if they're gonna get somebody, let's say they get Airtel's IP, what the hell they're gonna do? That's what the definition of a flame war.
We're being overrun. We're being slaughtered. We're being slaughtered.
okay, George just posted my IP in the chat box, and I was confused how he know my IP and for what he know it, which was surprising.
It's so easy to get somebody's IP. For one, you can see my IP when you look in TeamSpeak. And two, besides having my IP in TeamSpeak, you also have the IP on the game itself. Because it's just a communication device, that's about it.
But actually, if I have your IP, I can DDoS you.
You could technically, if you're a very master hacker, get past. You could pass some things, and yeah, you could probably DDoS me, that's about it. But most of these attacks will probably be stopped by the modem itself, since it has a low level firewall.
We lost the position.
So it's just full of bullshit.
I know that you in Netherlands have a lot of coffee shops, right?
On your orders.
Well, actually, that's not that much. We have coffee shops in Amsterdam, but I never been to one, and I never will because I never had interest in that type of stuff. Hell, I never even smoked in my life. But that's also for more reasons than one, because I have asthma. So yeah. It's not a particularly bright idea with asthma to start smoking and then maroon your lungs while they're already marooned.
Position secured. We pushed them back.
Wow.
Actually, are there any good maps in FH? Because I know that their navy is of, let's say, it is not very attractive for me to borrow in their
Ah,
navy maps. But uh, do they have any good maps?
well, very beginning they had a lot of custom maps, which some of them were good, some of them were decent, and the thing is, ever since FHSW came out with the reloads and the animations, yeah, FH has been kind of not that good in comparison.
Actually, the Japanese people in Kabul have so much custom maps, but you told me that they put the engine to its edge and it's starting to lag, or
That's
what
the
did you
thing,
say?
they are pushing the engine to the max, to their very limits. A good example of that is Berlin, Fall of Berlin. You need the 4 gigabytes patch just to get that map to load properly.
Well, I have it.
And even if you have the 4 gigabyte map patch, half the time people disconnect for no apparent reason, and the other half of the time the whole map crashes for no apparent reason. So yeah, the BF engine is being pushed to the very, very edge of what it can do.
Yeah, but still, their maps are good.
They are. What we really need is basically somebody to disassemble the engine and make it work on a modern version of DirectX, so we could actually utilize the more modern versions with more bandwidth. God, that'd be awesome.
But this is almost impossible.
That is the impossible challenge, yes. Because Battlefield 1942, do you even know on what version of DirectX Battlefield 1942 works?
8 or 9.
8.
No, 8. This is for actually these games came up in 2002, right?
Yes, and that was DirectX 8. A year later,
Oh, I'm on the DirectX 12, I think. This is
yeah.
for the DirectX's.
So
Oh, damn,
what?
this is so much.
Through the lines.
So do you know what actually happens in order to get DirectX 8 to work in the modern Windows?
What?
It basically gets emulated.
User joined your channel.
Who joined?
I don't know. Think radio maybe? Unless you're in a shower constantly.
Are you taking now a shower?
Because you sound like you're basically blasting a shower straight at your microphone.
We lost the position.
Anyway, DirectX 8 is currently on Windows 10, kind of emulated. It's not really an active DirectX version like it was in Windows XP.
Uh-huh. But can Windows XP can run DirectX 12 or 10? Or,
No,
or
no, that's not possible as well. But what could happen is if somebody were to disassemble the engine and actually be able to get DirectX 12 to work on battlefields, then you have this huge extra bandwidth and so much more possibilities graphically, sound-wise, that, yeah, that'd be amazing.
But what is the point to have better DirectX in this game?
What's the point? Higher frame rates, faster loading, not so buggy, not so crashy, graphic-wise. Not pushing the game to the limit because it's running on an old version of DirectX.
We pushed them back.
See the point? The limits
Yeah,
would be different, very different. But in order to,
actually, is it possible to play Forgotten Hope's Secret Weapon on Linux?
yeah, absolutely, radio we got it to work on Linux, but still, Linux is basically emulating DirectX then.
Actually, I've seen several videos in which people are talking about how Linux have big updates and there's a new program that can do more
Yeah.
games and